Om is has got nothing to do with the religion. Om has got nothing to do with caste. It's a universal sound, right? So when you say Om, you're hitting all the syllables in a given note, right? Um,
How do you pronounce it? Is it just
O
O-M?
M O M. Yeah,
Oh, just O-M.
just O M.
Let's see if we get something going on here.
Yep.
Let's see here.
And there, I think I have them.
You got it on your phone?
Yeah, I believe.
Om.
Yeah,
I've heard that before, and that's something new. I don't...
Let me show you
Ooh, baby.
what I have.
Sorry about that to my listeners. That noise that was... Oh, here, hold on. Oh, that's actually me saying the
well,
Om.
I'll give you a better version that I love. Let me start this.
You got it? Okay. Satyendra. That sounds good. That's pretty calming.
Yeah, and
I'm about to pass out. Will you take over for this podcast?
yeah.
Okay.
Wake up.
We rolling? All right. Welcome, everyone, to the Whole Truth Podcast with John Levine, sponsored by Dean's Natural Food Markets, with locations in Shrewsbury, Ocean, Chester, and Basking Ridge. My guest today is Satyendra Tripathi. He wants me to introduce him as a peaceful soul who believes in living in the moment. The message he wants to convey on this podcast is that being happy and staying that way is what we should all strive for. Loving yourself and everyone is key to being happy always. And I just want to tell you, we just met, and I already love you. I love you so
too.
much that I stole
too.
something from my 5-year-old's bedroom right before we came, and it's a heart-shaped box, and I'm giving it to you.
Oh,
But you have to
thank
give
so
it. You
much.
have to give it back.
Why? Why?
Because my 5-year-old son, he's gonna notice that it's gone and he's gonna get upset with me.
No, I'll bless it and I'll give it back to you. How
There you
about
go.
that?
Bless it.
Yeah.
So here's the heart, and I have another little surprise. Being that loving yourself and everyone is key to being happy, I thought about it. I said, you know what? I want to love myself. I do. And I want to love everyone else. So I love you.
No, thank you.
love you,
too.
Satyendra.
I love you too.
And I love you too, Christian.
Yeah, I love you, Christian, too, buddy.
So here's what I got. And then you've opened up the box. What do
Yeah.
what do you see in the box?
I see
Stickers, all sorts of nice.
all kind of stickers.
But
yeah,
there's
you're
there's
right.
more hearts.
Plenty of
They're
hearts,
a
yeah.
little girly, but they work, right? So I'm
do
going to give
work.
you a choice.
Okay.
You can have the large hearts, the small hearts, the pink hearts, the purple ones, the blue ones, the green ones. We got some flowers and ladybugs, and I want to give one to you. I'm going to let you choose, but you got to put it on, and that's my gift to you. I want you to put it on, and
I'll take the small heart.
the small heart. Which color would you like?
I'll take the pink.
The pink.
Yeah.
That is a man's man right there. You feel secure in yourself, don't you?
Absolutely.
Pink. All right. Christian, you get a heart too. You are part of the show. This is about loving yourself because you have some serious secrets. I've heard a lot about you. And you have something that you do in your life where you look happy. I just came into the studio. You had a smile on your face. You're doing something. I got to tap into this.
Oh, absolutely. I'll tell you what I do, and I hope it can help you and people who hear this podcast. I'm so glad, first, to be here, Jonathan. Thanks for inviting me. It's a pleasure knowing you, and it's a pleasure being on the show. So thank you again.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on. But first, before we start, Christian, which would you like, a small heart, large heart?
Let me get a small.
Would you
black
like two hearts? I could put one on each nipple for you. Would you like that?
Okay, John. I'll take the little black heart.
We don't have no black heart. What do you mean a black? We don't do black hearts.
Oh, wait, I already got mine. I'm good.
Wait. That was a funny. There's no black heart. You're getting pink too. That's it.
All right, fine.
You're getting pink too.
Sure, I get
Come-
a pink heart today.
Come on over here. Take this pink heart.
you're gonna
Come
make
on.
me go on
I'm
camera.
giving you pink hearts. Come on.
Go, Christian.
Come on, put it on. Right on your nipple. Here's a pink heart.
No, ow.
Go on. All right, now
All
get
right,
back
fine.
there. Go.
There you go.
All right, my man. So, what is your secret sauce? How are you so happy? What do you do in your life that you have that smile on your face? What's the you gotta talk to me. What is it?
It's a long story, but I'll make it short in the sense I've gone through my emotions and I have gone through my own pains and aches in my life. And where I am is because the struggle I've had in the past. I had a very stressful life, couple of years back, probably 7, 8 years back. A lot of back pains and headaches and body aches. And I went through series.
That's what happens when you've been married for 30 years.
Actually, she came to my rescue.
I'm
there,
starting to
right?
feel these pains. Right? That's just a joke, sweetheart. If you're
I
listening to
know.
this, I love you.
So it took me a lot of looking at myself and realizing that there are simple things that you can do to be happy. There are simple things that you can do to never be stressed and live in the moment, right? I mean, I think the biggest mantra I have, and if people can do that, is live in the moment, live now. There's no tomorrow, and the yesterday has gone, right? So if you can live in the moment right now, you'll be happy, and others will be happy, right? It's not easy. I can tell you the transition from where I was to what I am now. None of the pains and aches that I described you were solved by either surgery or was solved by medicine. They were just solved by holistically looking at my life and asking question, what do I need to change? Why me? And why is this happening all of a sudden, right? So after going through a literal soul searching, here's where the man I am today. You see the smile is because I have learned a few things that I would like to share with you, right? You have any questions, or should I just go on?
No, you should go on. You're perfect just the way
Okay.
you are.
Okay.
I want to hear your story because
Yeah. So the first thing I started to look, and my wife has been. If you see her, if you find me blissful and happy, she is 4 times what I am, right? And she's been living her life this way.
4 times happier.
4 times happier, or four
Wow.
times not stressed at all.
So she's freaking over the moon because you're a pretty happy guy.
Absolutely, but she's really out there.
Well, we got to get her back in next time.
No, absolutely.
Okay.
I started to see what she's doing, and I asked her, "Hey, what's going on? Why do you feel the way you feel, and why am I not there?" And she handed me a few golden nuggets. She handed me a few podcast and YouTube videos that I should start doing a soul searching by listening to them. Deepak Chopra. Then there was a YouTube video on Buddha. Then Oprah Winfrey. And I went through all these different YouTube videos, and one thing I realized everyone talking about is we do not first love ourselves, right? So the key to being happy, the key to being present here is accepting the fact that we need to love ourselves, and that's being selfish. But if we don't love ourselves, how can we love others, right? So it has to start from home before we spread the love across, right?
It's actually selfish if you don't love yourself first, because if you don't love yourself first, you
That's right.
can't love anyone else.
Agreed.
It's the airplane analogy.
Agreed.
They always tell you, if God forbid, if something's happening, the oxygen mask goes on yourself first.
That's right.
Because if it doesn't go on yourself, you're useless.
That's
You
right.
cannot help anyone else.
That's right.
So I don't believe it's selfish. I think it's absolutely essential and very smart.
And now I realize that, right? So that was a key thing I learned, and art of living and art of being happy, right? And every one of them said, meditate, take time. All the chatter that you have and all the clutter that you have in your head, you need to make sure that you declutter your mind
Yeah.
and you make it quieter, right? So I started to meditate, and meditation has been one of the biggest pillar of what I am today.
How long have you been meditating?
4 years now.
4 years?
Yep.
No meditation at all before that? It was just brand
No
new?
meditation. Did not believe in meditation. If anyone would tell me
Yeah.
meditate, I would say just go take a jump, right? I'm not doing meditating because I did not believe in meditation.
I didn't either. But
Yeah.
I think as you get older, you start to open up to newer things. There's something.
You do, and I wish and I hope schools understand the art of living and start implementing meditation when kids are in school. If you look at the Indian culture,
Yeah.
back Indian culture, meditation started from young age. When you went to the ashram or gurukul, which is school, right? The primary school, meditation was the first thing that you always did in the
Really?
schools, right?
Yeah, complete opposite here.
Completely opposite.
Yeah.
And I don't think so it happens in India anymore with the
Oh,
kids
really?
there. But I think that's so important that we teach our kids meditation from day one.
I completely agree. It's funny, just I say this a lot and I'll say it again. I think other cultures sometimes look at America, everything's bigger and badder and better and great, and be careful what you wish
Yeah.
for. You just might get it. They start adopting certain lifestyles that we have, the way we eat, the way we, how fast we move, fast medicine, fast food, and then it's not necessarily always the grass is greener on the other side.
It is.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. I mean, I think we're trying to, copy. I don't think so. We copy culture. We always imitate people, right?
Yeah.
We imitate the way people behave in other countries, because if we had to really adopt culture, I don't think so. The culture in America or the culture in India are different. The basic culture that we all live by
Yeah.
is human. Human is the culture. Humanity is the culture.
Yep.
Right. And I think you'll see it here. You will see it in India, but we put a lot of weight on of other things on top of it. Right. The way we pray, the way we believe in gods, the way we believe in religion. I get that, but the basics is that we all human. I would really ask people to start looking at and reading some of Buddha's scripture. I'm not teaching Buddhism, but that's the art of living that we all should really adopt.
Sure. So how long do you meditate? What's the form of meditation? How do you go about this?
So I meditate every morning for 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah, and in the night, before sleeping, for maybe 20 to 30 minutes. So twice.
Twice a day for about an hour total.
Yes, an hour. I meditate.
Wow. Okay. So walk me through that a little bit. So what is your form of meditation? Because like I run outside. So my little form of meditation is trying to get out in nature and running out in nature. I do other things as well. And I probably should do a little bit more of just meditating in a room by myself, but that's my form of meditation. So what what exactly are you doing when you wake up in the morning? What exactly is it?
So when I wake up in the morning, obviously I go through my chores of, going to the bathroom, doing my exercise, and only after the exercise, when I take my bath, I need to rest. Right? I need my mind to come down to earth. That's when I sit by myself.
So you'll exercise first,
Exercise first,
then you take a bath.
that, and then I do my pranayams. So there is in yoga there are breathing exercises that you do for breathing, for mind, basically noticing your breathing. They're called pranayams, right? So I
Yep.
do the pranayams for 15 minutes, and then when I'm calm, when my breathing is calm, then I meditate for 30 minutes.
That's no joke. So you will exercise. How long do you exercise for? What type of exercise?
30 minutes. So I either would do cardio or something that I can increase my heart rate. Could be cardio, could be some strength training. Currently, I'm following the T25 Sean T's program. So I do that every morning for
Okay.
25 minutes, and then take my bath, go through my pranayam. And
Is it a
meditation.
shower or a bath?
I would say bath.
Okay, which is good. So that's your form of you kind of now you're settling down a little
Exactly.
bit. And how long is the bath?
Probably 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And again, when I'm in my bath, I am, with myself, right? So I'm not thinking too many things. So I'm not planning my day.
This
I'm
is
not
what
planning my
you get to
hours.
do when your kids are older. What the
You're
heck?
right.
I'm telling you what. I have 3 kids. They were up so early. I'm thinking, how am I going to implement this? Oh my God! All I hear is noise first thing in the morning. They're jumping on. I tell you what, my little guy just jumped on my balls the other day. And
Oh boy.
That's how I woke
and
up.
that's not pleasant.
that's not meditation.
Yeah, that's not meditation.
But that's what. But to your point, you have to embrace everything.
Yep. Yep.
And I've learned that it's all good.
Yep.
It's all good. It's great. I have 3 kids, and no, I don't want my my noogies jumped
Yeah.
on in first thing in the morning. But I have kids, so it's great.
Yeah.
I'll just have to figure out a different way to go about it. But this is really cool. So 30 minutes of working out, followed by like a 15-minute bath, followed by 15 minutes of how do you pronounce that again?
Pranayam.
Pranayam.
Yeah.
Okay.
And those are breathing exercises where you breathe from one nostril
Yeah,
and then block the other nostrils. That's one breathing exercise.
it's cool.
The other breathing exercise is for your stomach, so that all the organs within your
Yeah.
stomach are getting energized, so that they can cope up with the entire day
Yeah.
of you running, eating, and putting things in your stomach. So they're very helpful. I would highly recommend. They're on the YouTube. You can understand what does pranayam do for you.
Sure.
Everyone should do pranayam.
Yeah, we don't breathe much anymore.
We don't. We
There-
forget that
I know.
the most essential things that we can guarantee is breath.
Yeah.
We take it for granted that we're
unbelievable.
breathing.
Yeah, there's times I'm sitting down, I'm on my computer, and I realize I'm like, oh my God, I'm not breathing.
Yeah.
And I try to focus on my breath. So I'm with you. And then the meditation,
Yep.
which is exactly what?
It's the
And
two-
where are you? Are you in your bedroom? Are you in an office? Are you?
So I'm in my bedroom.
You're in your bedroom.
Yeah. So there are 2 types of meditation I do. One is the Om meditation, where I basically turn the sound of Om, okay, and I just listen to that.
The sound of Om.
Om,
Like
yeah.
Om.
Om.
Is this is something playing on your phone?
So, yeah, something playing on my phone or my iPad.
Gotcha.
I pick it up from YouTube, or I do have my own subscribed version of Om that I like, right?
And what is it about that Om? What is that?
So Om basically is a universal sound that brings the universe together, right? So when you say Om, you're waking up the best and the happiest thing in the world, and saying, bless me with it, right? Come to me. I need you. So you're generating that sound. You're generating that vibration in the universe for you to receive, or you to be ready to receive the best that the universe has to offer.
Where does that come from? That's the universal sound.
So that's actually a very old Indian form of meditation. So Om has been there for decades. It started when the priest way back in India started to meditate, right? So Om is has got nothing to do with the religion. Om has got nothing to do with caste. It's a universal sound, right? So when you say Om, you're hitting all the syllables in a given note, right? Um,
How do you pronounce it? Is it just
O
O-M?
M O M, yeah,
Oh, just O-M.
just O M,
Let's see if we get something going on here.
yeah.
Let's see here.
And there are, I think I have them.
You got it on your phone?
Yeah, I believe so.
Om.
Yeah,
I've heard that before, and that's something new. I don't.
Let me show you
Ooh, baby.
what I have.
Sorry about that to my listeners. That noise that was. Oh, here, hold on. Oh. That's actually me saying the
well,
Om.
I'll give you a better version that I love. Let me start this.
You got it? Okay. Satyendra. That sounds good. That's pretty calming.
Yeah, and
I'm about to pass out. Will you take over for this podcast?
yeah.
Okay.
Wake up.
Good night. Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah. So this is the meditation I do. You could pick any mantra. By the way, there are plenty of mantras. Om is one mantra. There is Soham, and there are plenty more mantras that you can use. Ram, Ram.
That was pretty
Om.
good. That
But
was
I use
pretty.
Om.
That was pretty solid.
Absolutely. This
I
is
am
really-
going. I'm stealing that.
Yep, take that.
I am taking
I'll
that.
send you the link.
Yeah, thank you.
And then
Yeah, that was good. I like that.
Oh,
That was very
absolutely.
calming immediately.
it calms you, and it basically, when you do this Om, breathe through it, right? So when you're breathing in, okay,
Yep.
just think that you're taking all the happiness that the universe has to offer, all the good stuff that you want. Breathe in with that.
So you're just thinking positive thoughts
Positive
and
thought,
breathing,
breathing.
and listening to this.
Exactly. And when you say Om, that's the time you are releasing all what you do not want to be with you. All the vices that you don't want to be with you. All the negative thoughts that you don't want to
Yeah.
be with you. All the stress. Let that go with Om, right? So that's how and you're breathing. So you're monitoring your breathing. And when you monitor your breathing, you'll start with shallow breathing. And over a period of time, when you keep doing this Om,
That's pretty cool.
you'll have a much better breathing cycle.
That's a lot. So you have like a 2-hour ritual in the morning. Pretty close.
Yes, I wake up at around 5, and by the time I'm done with all this, it's around 7:45. Take a coffee,
Wow.
and I leave.
And then your days. So after 4 years of doing this, your days are markedly better.
I think I can tell you my output has increased by multifold, not fourfolds or fivefold, but multifold. Right? What I could
Your
complete,
production?
my productivity has skyrocketed. Right?
Really.
What I could do in 2 days, I can do that probably in less than a day. Right? Because you're so focused, you're
Yeah.
so sharp, and you're always energized. And
Wow.
one thing I keep telling everyone who meditation is not only for that 30 minutes. Meditation, you should be meditating when you're talking, you should be meditating when you're sitting, you should be meditating always. Right?
How can you meditate when we're talking? Like, how could I meditate as I'm doing this podcast?
Just always, whenever whenever you think you are going fast, just go back to your breath. Just a couple of breaths. You notice you notice yourself breathing, and breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, just a couple of times.
Right.
And then you're with yourself back, right? Because now you're saying, let me come back. Let me be with John. Let me be with Christian. Let me not think about anything else, but be in the moment here, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
That's good.
So the other thing I would highly recommend, if you're driving, if you're driving,
Right.
and you hit a stop sign, make that red sign. You should be waiting for the threat sign. You should be waiting for the stop signal. And here's why: when I see that red sign, I always tell to myself, breathe in the happiness that you have, and when you breathe out, smile.
So you're just saying that the stop sign is just an opportunity for you.
Opportunity for me
It's just an opportunity.
to take some time to be with myself, to notice my breath, to tell myself that I'm still living. I'm not dead. I'm still living. There's nothing wrong so far, so I'm still living.
Good positive mindset.
Yep.
I like it. And then you do it at night as well.
The night one is very different. The night one is more of a dreaming meditation. Um, so I have a script that I have written for myself.
Are you sure you're not smoking pot? What the heck's going on? Is there something else going on here that I need to know about?
No, I'm sharing you my secrets. I hope that helps. But
I'm kidding.
I don't smoke pot. I wish I did. I'm not a smoker.
You know, you have a pink heart on your chest, so
yeah.
I there might be. All right, it's all good.
All good.
Um,
Yeah.
So at night, what is it? How long at night, and how is it
20
different?
minutes, sometimes even 15, 20. The night one is more of calming yourself and thinking something very positive before you go to sleep, so that you are in a very positive thinking mode. You don't have this nightmares. You sleep. You have a much better sleep. And I can tell you, the meditation in the night is so important. You'll realize that you started to sleep much, much, much better.
How long has your wife? Does she do the same form of meditation? So what is she doing?
So she in the morning sits with me
Oh, you do it together.
together. So in the morning, in the
Oh.
night also, mostly we sit together. But if she cannot, I'll definitely sit by myself in a room.
But she was doing this before you were doing this.
Yes, absolutely.
So this was her thing, and then you jumped on board
yeah,
finally.
yeah,
How
yeah.
how long was she doing it before you were doing it?
Probably a couple of years before I started. So she was already in the zone. I looked at her. If she can be as happy she is,
This is
I
this
can't.
is my new form of meditation. You listen to Om. I'm going to listen to this.
okay.
I love myself.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
I like it.
Nothing wrong.
I'm showing my age a little bit.
By the way, that's another best way of meditation. Listening to music. You have time, always listen to music. Best thing you can do for yourself.
When I think about Satyendra, I touch myself. Oh, that was not good. That's a joke.
I didn't hear that.
No, that's a joke.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
We might have to cut that out. No,
Yeah,
that's
no,
just a
no.
joke. Wow. All right. Well, what else you got? I mean, that's pretty great stuff. Is there any other secrets that you have that people can take away? I mean, I love it.
Let me ask you.
Sure.
Do you have expectations,
I have, yes, a lot of expectations.
and from whom and why?
From whom? I have them from myself.
Mm-hmm.
I have them from my wife. I have them from my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I have them from, a lot of people.
Why do you have expectations?
Why do I have expectations? Because I feel like I'm living, and I feel like that I have a lot of work to do. And one of the main missions that I am on right now
Mm-hmm.
is to provide education,
Mm-hmm.
empowerment,
Mm-hmm.
and goofy entertainment
Mm-hmm.
to people in this world that need lifestyle change.
Mm-hmm.
I believe strongly in my heart that there can be a lot healthier and happier people
Mm-hmm.
with the right information and not the conventional, traditional way of going about things. I've been very disappointed and disenchanted with how that is. So I have expectations for my show.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to get big, and I want it to get popular, and I want it to be influential.
Mm-hmm.
And why? Because I want to feel like I'm useful. I want to feel like I have a purpose. I want to feel like
So what do you do now that you have expectations? What do you do about it? How do you fulfill that expectation?
how do I fulfill it?
Yeah.
I I go into action. I come
Okay.
up with a plan,
Okay.
which I have, and instead of thinking about it all the time, which occasionally I do, I do it.
Okay.
And if I fall flat on my face, okay, that's part of the deal. You're not always going to win. Sometimes you're going to lose. And you pick yourself up and you do it again. Because we are made to struggle, as you know. And you have good days and bad days, but you just keep on trucking. So I think take action.
By the way, what you said are powerful words. I think those are things that people should listen 10 times, right? One thing is to have expectations and do nothing about it, not take action, procrastinate about it, and
Yeah.
be frustrated and be angry, have rage, okay? And the other thing is that, yes, I have expectations. Let me get up and freaking do something about it, right? And if I don't succeed, I'll find another way to succeed, right?
Yes.
So the whole positive mind frame. There are two aspects. The reason why I asked you, there are two aspects about being of having expectation. One is being positive expectations like you had,
Yep.
and the other one is you have expectation that can go the other way on the negative side where
Yep.
now you're on your kid for not doing X. You're worried about them. You're worried about what your spouse is doing. You're worried about other things that you shouldn't be doing, right? So you should have expectation only if you can manage those expectations. Otherwise, let things fall in place by themselves.
That's so yeah, I agree with you, but that is hard. So how do you let things fall into place and just kind of you're saying like just roll with it?
So the expectations you have, if you can do something about the expectation, then have those expectations. Don't have expectations for someone because you think that they should be doing what you believe they should be doing.
Oh,
Right?
right. Gotcha.
Right? So my expectation is that my daughter becomes a rock star. She's a musician. She gets into American Idol. But that's my expectations. That's not her expectation.
Was that really your expectation?
No, it was not. I'm just giving an example.
There's an analogy.
Right? A lot of the expectation that I see from parents is, with kids getting into the right form of education and getting into the right college, right? And you talk to the kids, they do it just to make their parents happy, right?
Right, right.
It's not we expected them to do something. It's not that they expected themselves of being there. So as long your expectation is yours and you can do something about it, good. If you can't, that's not your expectation. Don't have expectations for other people.
All right, that's
my,
good because
my 2 cents.
No, I like you too. That's why you're on the show. So this is a real life scenario because this is sincere, authentic. The podcast, the show, it always is. My wife went to Boston College.
Yep.
We know a lot of people who went to Boston College. In town, there's a guy who's he's a Boston College nut. He's got flags everywhere. His car's got bumpers. He's just totally into it. All his 4 daughters went to. He's listening. He's probably going to know exactly who we're talking about. His 4 daughters went to Boston College. It's a great school. I don't know if my kids will get into Boston College. They're young, 10, 8, and 5. But I have an expectation, and I would like to plant the seed. In fact, we are already thinking about in the spring about taking them on campus and having them look at the campus and having a little tour and not pushing, but just kind of planting the seed. Now, again, I don't know if that's where they'll go, but I'm kind of trying to plant a seed. I do want them to get into a good school. That's my. Is that a good expectation, or in your opinion, is that a healthy?
So that's something that you want them, right?
Yes.
And they're kids right now. They'll one day, decide for themselves
Right.
what they want. But these are things that the reason I'm going there is
Yeah.
some of these I call it as an affirmation, a universe affirmation. So the night meditation that I do is what I think my world should look like, and where I think my kids will should go or should do, or how they should come through in their life.
Right.
I dream about it, and I send those positive affirmation to the universe. The reason I tell you is that it's the most scariest thing, that what you put in the universe, you get it back, right? So if you're putting positive affirmation in the universe, you will see most of them.
Put out positive vibes. The positive vibes will come
Just
back.
think about it. Just think about it. Dream about your kids getting into that school, and say, hey,
Boston College. Boston College. Boston.
yeah, just just send that. Just see it. Just say that it's happening. It's already. I
Yeah.
see them in Boston College. I don't want to send them, but I see them in Boston College, right?
Yeah.
So those are the affirmation that I go through during my meditation in the night, and then I sleep with that. Right? Have you watched a show called The Secret in Netflix?
I have not.
So watch it.
What's it called? The Secret?
The Secret. It's a game changer.
I'll write
It's
that down.
again,
What's this about?
this is about, if you think things are going to go wrong with you, yes, everything will go wrong with you.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's so true, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you when you think negatively,
It'll happen.
shit goes wrong.
Yeah. It's as simple as that, right? But you change that and you say, hey, I need good stuff to come to me. You will start seeing how things start changing, right? So watch that show. I have made my kids
It's
watch that
unbelievable.
show.
That is unbelievable.
It's just and you see those people who are successful, and on the show,
Yeah.
on that show, you know why they are successful, and they really didn't know that they'll write a book one day and they'll be a multimillionaire, right? But they put that positive vibe.
Is this a reality show?
It's not a reality show. It's just a movie. It's a must-watch movie. Everyone should watch. I probably, when I'm not doing anything, I'll just turn it on. I say, yeah, I need to get there one day, and I'm probably there, but I need to do more. I need to do more.
And you will.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
And I need to get Netflix apparently because I don't have it.
Oh, you better get Netflix. I think I wouldn't be surprised if they're on YouTube.
Yeah, it probably will be. No, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
That is interesting. How things seem to work. When I've had my times where I've been negative and upset at something, and it's so funny because you're absolutely right. Things seem to kind of go downhill.
Yes.
The more you dwell on it, it seems to just go the wrong direction, and then the more positive you are, the more you can.
You just keep going down.
But why is that?
Because that's what you're asking. You're creating all the negative vibes around you.
Yeah.
And I used to not believe this, but vibrations are very important in the way we live our life. Why do I know you right now? How did we connect? There has to be certain, out of those million people in the world, millions and millions of people,
Yeah.
why does Satyendra meets Jonathan? There has to be some vibration between you and me.
There's got to be a reason.
There has to be a reason that we're meeting each other.
And not
right?
to mention, we have a mutual friend, obviously, and you're from my hometown.
Yeah.
You're from so I agree. So this is bizarre.
Yeah,
You're from where I grew up, East Brunswick, New Jersey,
yeah.
and you could be from anywhere.
That's
You
right.
could live anywhere.
That's right.
So that is hard to kind of say that there's not a reason for that.
I traveled millions and millions of miles from India to the U.S. and I've met so many different people here. There has to be a reason why all this happens, right? And the only way I can explain
Yeah.
is vibration. We had the same vibration,
Yeah.
and I had to meet you. That's the reason I'm here. So, with negativity, I bring on negative vibration, and I tell the universe to bless me with that negativity. Give me more negative. Give me more bad things. Let bad things happen to me. That's why we see once you start thinking negative or the wrong way, I call it the wrong way, you will always go the wrong way.
Without fail.
Yeah.
It's so true. Without fail.
Yeah.
So the lesson here is get your ass up at 5 o'clock in the morning, work out, take a bath.
I would say don't do any of that, but if you can meditate,
I know.
that's important. If you can meditate, that's the time for yourself. I think the key thing of meditation is you start. When you start, you'll have so many thoughts in your head that will go back and forth. It's very difficult to meditate. It's not easy. You can start with 5 minutes. You can build,
Yeah.
build upon your meditation time. It's going to be very, very difficult to meditate. But if you keep at it, sooner or later you'll start quietening those thoughts. You'll realize good thoughts versus bad thoughts. And the key is that whenever, if you can analyze that I'm thinking negative, if you just realize that I'm thinking negative, that's the first half of battle that you've won.
That you're realizing, you're self-aware that you're thinking.
Self-aware. Oh my God, this is negative, and then by replacing that negative thought with a positive thought,
Yeah.
is the second half of the battle, right?
Yeah.
So that's meditation is just making sure that you're self-aware and not thinking negative, not having negative thoughts.
Right.
Right.
And for those out there that might say, I don't have time to meditate.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know what? To your point, you meditate and you're more productive.
Yeah.
So if you can actually, sometimes less is more. You meditate, and you take almost 2 hours of meditation.
Yeah.
I mean, if you combine what you do in the morning and what you do
that's
at night,
a form of meditation too, correct?
let's just call it, I don't know, let's just call it an hour and a half. And you told me earlier that
Yep.
you are 4 times as
Productive. Yeah,
I mean, there you go. And you're
endless happiness, right? You get endless happiness.
and you're happy.
What else do you want?
Nothing. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I want health. I don't want happiness.
Yeah.
And I want my kids to go to Boston College.
Right? That is an affirmation. Before you sleep, see them going to Boston College.
It's
That's
you know what?
all.
Like I want I want them to be happy and
Yeah,
healthy.
That's right.
If they go to Boston College, if they go to another college, seriously, it's all good. Yeah, it's planting a seed, but ultimately, what else do you want? Health and happiness.
Yeah.
I mean, without health and happiness, you're in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. You see, you wonder sometimes people have all the money in the world
Oh yeah,
and
means
they're
nothing.
not happy.
Means nothing. Means nothing.
Means nothing.
Nothing.
Right? And then you see people who
Nothing.
have barely to eat.
Just smiling
Almost
all
happy,
day.
smiling all the time.
It's unbelievable.
Right? So,
You're right. It's just so true. Money does not buy happiness.
money does not.
No, it doesn't.
But money is important. I'm not saying money is not important.
It is, yeah.
But you can keep money on one side, but and happiness on the other side. You need to start.
If money is not important to you, can I have those golden nuggets that you talked about earlier? Because I'm going to go sell them at a pawn shop.
I can always give you those golden nuggets because
Oh,
I wish you could sell.
Oh, they
them.
weren't physical golden
They
nuggets?
were not physical gold.
Oh, I thought you had found physical golden nuggets.
Don't ask.
Because
too much,
it's just not that
Jonathan.
important.
Yeah, it's
So you
not
just give them to me.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
You know,
Because you share love, you get more love, right? So here's the golden nuggets.
it's all about love.
Yeah.
Man, you are corny sometimes.
Yeah.
Thank you from the Peanut Gallery. Who asked you, sons of a bitch?
I just threw a wrench in there for him.
Right back at you.
For funny.
Oh my gosh.
But, yeah.
Well, you know what? That was pretty good, and that's the whole idea about the podcast.
No, I'm
Is
glad
to
be
send
here.
out positive vibes into
Yeah.
the universe, and that's you know what? That's what I'm doing.
You are.
That's
And
what
you're
I'm doing.
You're doing an awesome work.
Thank you.
Make people listen to your podcast. When people hear, they get something out of it. They're happy. You've done your job, man.
I've done my
You've
job.
done
That's
your
that's
job.
what I'm looking to
Yeah.
do. And you
Yeah.
know what? We did it together
Um,
because without my guests, without you today,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do my job. So it's a teamwork. It's teamwork. You, me, and the universe. Your golden nuggets and
Oh.
everything. We did it. We did it together, right?
Yeah, we did it, and again, glad to be here. Thanks for having me here, Jonathan. Really
Happy to
appreciate
have
it.
you. We should do it again. And
Absolutely.
it's such an honor.
Same
That was
here.
great information. And
here.
you know what? I'm going to use it. I want that Om.
Thanks. Yeah,
Can you send that to me?
absolutely. I'll send you the link.
Yeah.
and you can you can post that link for people for folks who want to hear that too.
That's a great idea. We will do that. So, with that, that is a wrap. And until next time, adios,
Adios.
amigos.